This is the Honeywell model HT-908. Made the video yesterday for the Honeywell double fan and commented that I wish they made the fan heads a little bit bigger on this one. And the fan that I was talking about when I said that was this one. I think that the double fan would be a lot better if it was made with something a little bigger, a little more stout, more powerful, a little more dynamic. This is another Kaz USA Inc. HT-908, draws 0.5 amps. I don't know what the date is on this one. It says QC08, but I want to say I bought this at Menards and somewhere around 2015, I want to say. Somewhere around there. And it gets a fair amount of use in the bedroom. I brought it down because it's probably about time to clean it. It's getting a little scuzzy, so it's going to be about time to clean it up. This one has the PSC motor. Pretty good little motors, I think. I've been very pleased with this fan. I bought two of them. The other one died, but that one had also been abused quite a bit. I know it took a couple of tumbles down the stairs, and yeah, I'm not sure what the deal was with the other one, but that one went kaput. This one still runs beautifully, and I thought this would be a good time to break out the new toy. This is Carconza AM10 anemometer. So this will measure airflow coming out of the fan. There's a way to calculate CFM with this using feet per minute, and then using a formula with either, I guess you could use the blade size or just the size of the area where the air is flowing through. And then I think you have to subtract the size of the blade hub. There's a formula to it. I haven't really spent much time trying to figure that out yet, but I thought we could at least start with the feet per minute. And then what I'll do is I'll compare this fan to the double fan and see how that goes. I've been pretty impressed with this fan by how much air it moves and by how quiet it is. I mean, for a cheap plastic fan, I think that this is pretty good. It's going to start on high. And we'll turn this on, and then we'll set it to feet per minute. This is like the cheapest anemometer that I could find on Amazon. I think it was like $14 or something like that. And I mean, it seems pretty useful just for the purpose of comparing fans. There's other things you could do with it, but right now all I'm gonna worry about doing is measuring the feet per minute coming out of the fan. So if I cycle through, got miles per hour here and feet per minute. So I'm just gonna hold this up to the fan and kind of find where the strongest air movement is coming from and see what kind of range of feet per minute we had coming out of this. Move it to the outside, closer to the outside, it goes down. So right in here, this is like the power zone, right around this inner ring here. We're about between 12 and 1300 feet per minute. down to medium. And then it drops slightly. So we're between 1,000 and around 1,100, somewhere in there. So we've got a low now. Never remember which way to turn the selector. About 925. So you can see it is accurate, I mean relative to the speeds. At least the measurements are correlating correctly. So we're between 800 and 900 on low, we were between 1,000 and 1,100 on medium, and then between 12 and 1,300 on the high speed. So we'll go back to high now. And off. Pretty good spin down on this. Way better spin down on this motor than on the smaller turbo force fan. Okay, so we're gonna start here, and we'll start with the top one. Go to high, and again, this one has a kind of a motor hum. I guess they both do, but this one's just louder. I don't know, I notice that every time. So on high speed, so on low speed on the larger fan, on the HT-908, we were between what, 800 and 900. So on high speed on this one, actually doing better than I thought we would. We're right around 1,100 or so, between 1,000 and 1,100. It really does make a difference where you go to the outside, it drops off significantly. And it picks up quite a bit on this side for some reason. Hitting up to around 1,200 right here. So we'll call it right around 1,100 average on high. We'll drop it down to low. Not much difference. Maybe I'm too close. Now I pull it away and it drops off. So it does seem to be working correctly. It's just there's different points around the front of the fan where the airflow is just stronger. And then on the right side of over here, it really drops off. Come back over here, it picks up again. So not much of a difference between high and low, other than on the low speed it stays pretty strong on one side, but then dips off on the other side of the fan head, which is kind of weird. So back to high and turn this one off, and then we'll try high speed on the bottom fan. And here we go over to the other side, and it picks up by much. The top fan seems like it's moving quite a bit more air than the bottom fan. We're only getting between 800 and 900 on the bottom one. Here we go. Top side seems to be the strongest. Weird. We'll go to low. It makes a difference too of how you angle this thing. If I hold it at an angle like this, I'm at like 1000, 1200. So it makes a difference. I'm just trying to hold it kind of parallel with the front of the fan. For consistency. We're between 700 and 800. So it dips off a little bit, but not much. Yeah, the speed range on this one just isn't as pronounced as this fan. Gets a little bit louder, but the airflow doesn't really change much at all. Anyway, yeah, I think that this fan would be much better suited with larger fan heads, such as this with PSC motors and 3 speeds. That would make it quite a bit more expensive probably, but yeah, this thing has not disappointed me. Another good fan, fun new tool. I'm excited about comparing some of the 6-inch fans myself. I found when messing around with this thing that there are differences between the blade sizes, but where you get your CFM rating is in the volume of air. The bigger the blade, the bigger the area that the air is moving through, the more air that's going to be moving through there. But the velocity, I was surprised to find that the actual velocity was actually stronger in some of the smaller fans than the larger fans. So while the larger fans might have a larger CFM rating overall because they're moving air through a larger area, the velocity on some of the smaller fans is quite impressive. So it's going to be fun to compare some of these fans. Looking forward to that. So another Honeywell fan, nice cool new tool here. And yeah, that's it for now. Thanks for watching.